what is Boolean searching? Once you've got a list of keywords, brainstorming ideas, concepts, people's names, etc., you want to combine those together in a way that you can search for them. So we're going to use Boolean operators. So what is Boolean searching? It is a technique for effectively phrasing your online search terms so you find what you want. You need to tell the computer what it is you want, whether you're searching whatever kind of online database, whether it's the library catalog or one of our databases like ProQuest or SIRS, or if you're looking in Google, anything like that. You need to phrase your search so that the computer can understand it. Computers are only as smart as they're programmed to be. They only understand what they've been told. They aren't out there figuring things out. So if you don't put it in, we'd love it if they spoke our language, but we have to kind of speak their language so that they understand us. This was not really, didn't used to be necessary, because way back in the day we only had basically 3 ways to find information, and that was, by the author's name, by the title of whatever it was they wrote, or by the subject headings. And that would be, we'll talk more about subject headings later, but assigned subject headings. You had to follow the rules and pick a subject that was already pre-designed. But now with keyword searching, we could search just for any word, and it could be on page 12 of an article. It could just be anywhere, and we don't have those restricted limited access points. And so we had to, with the invention of computers and being able to search all that stuff, we had to come up with a way to make that make more sense, and so that we could understand how to talk to computers and they would know what we were talking about. You'll see. Boolean was named after George Boole, who was an English mathematician in the 1800s, and so it's very math-like. The ideas are very, very much like doing math. So, because it was based on him. And this is your first Boolean operator. We call these Boolean operators, and everybody knows the word and. We say it hundreds of times every day, right? And is, in this case, when you're talking about computerized searching, and is not a word to look for, it is a command. It's a set of instructions. And is going to narrow your search down. So when you're looking for something, putting and in between your words or concepts is going to combine them together, and it's going to narrow your search. So for example, if I wanted dog and cat and bird, just these simple words, if you can see in the graphic here, everything in the circle that says dog, all those articles, the computer finds those, and then they find all the ones that say cat anywhere, and then they say all the ones that say bird. But I said and. That means all 3 of these things have to occur at the same time. So that little pink spot in the middle, that's where all those things overlap. There's some sections to the bottom left where maybe dog and bird are together, or on the right where cat and bird are together, but the only place where all 3 of those things occur at the same time is in that little pink section, and then that would be your list of results. Those are the search results that you're going to get back. So, and is narrowing your search down. We're not going to, we're focusing just on one intersection of these 3 concepts. So that's what and will do for you. Narrows you down, combines your things together. And it is what it sounds like. I want dog and cat and bird to all be there. So it seems pretty clear, probably. The next Boolean operator is or. Again, another common word that we use all the time. This is going to expand your search, just like it seems it would. Either or. It's always obvious when I start telling people about these, about how they work. They go, oh, well, of course, and or. We know these, but people don't always think about that when they go to search. They know what these means, but they don't realize that they can use them while they're searching. So or is going to expand your search. It's going to make it bigger. If we, instead of saying dog and cat and bird, we say dog or cat or bird, we're saying any of them. We don't care which one it is. So give me that article way out in the upper left that's just about dogs, or the one on upper right that's just about cats. But we are also going to get that little section in the middle where they all 3 overlap. We're still going to get those, but we're also going to get just dog and cat, and just cat and bird, etc. Or this makes things bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. So if you have synonyms, maybe you want dog or canine, cat or feline, That or is going to give you either one of those. So this can help you put in a list of synonyms. That's or. Not. Not is another way to narrow down your search. This is going to focus you down. Again, a command. Sometimes you will see, you may run into something that says, instead of just saying not, they'll say and not. So dog and not cat, for example. But not is going to narrow your search down, and here's how it looks. Dog and bird, not cat. So they're going to find all the dog, all the cat, all the bird articles, and then they're going to start going, okay, we want dog and bird. They'll find the section that says dog and bird, and then it says, oh, wait, they also said to take out cat, remove those articles. So they're going to take out the stuff that says cat. So we're just going to get where dog and bird intersect minus where cat intersects. So these can really help you focus your search. And you can combine them together, as we did here, dog and bird, not cat, but you could do some sort of a combination. Dog or canine, and put that in parentheses, dog or canine, and cat or feline in parentheses, etc. You can kind of start building these all together. So dog and bird, not cat. You're going to narrow this down. And not can be, I usually use not like on the second time I do a search, not the first time. Usually I put in some words, and then I see the results, and I think, oh, something here is not what I wanted. So what word do I need to remove now to really get rid of some of these results? Granted, you could just sift through. If you saw the dog, cat, bird results, if you had all three of them together, and you look through those, you could just visually, anytime you saw something about cats, you could just skip over it. But it's much more efficient if you realize I absolutely don't want cat to be there. Let's just do the search again, dog and bird, not cat. And you can take that out. So I was in a class one time, and I was talking to them, and it was, I don't remember what day it was, but it was Galileo's birthday. And so we decided to do a search on Galileo and see what we could find. So we did a keyword search, Galileo, and we found a lot of articles, of course, but we realized almost immediately that a lot of these articles were about a satellite, because there was, at that time, a satellite orbiting the Earth that was called Galileo and was sending back information and all this. And so about every second article was about a satellite, not about Galileo the person. And we looked at that and went, well, here's a good example of using not. So we redid our search and we put in Galileo, not satellite. And so it took those out. I mean, we could have looked at that list, skipped over the ones that said satellite in them, but it made our results it was muddy, it was messy. We didn't need those. We knew we didn't want those, so we might as well just do a more efficient search and take that out. So that's a really good way to use not. Once you see what your results are, you pull some back out. You say, okay, here's something I just need to subtract all of this out of here. Let's get it out. So that's a good place to put not in there. So and or not. Those are our three main basic Boolean operators. There are some other things that we can do too. One of them is a wildcard notation. Now we're talking about notations and symbols rather than command words. Rather than and or not, we're going to be talking about a wildcard. And what a wildcard does is it finds terms with unknown characters or variant spellings. It's kind of a placeholder. Different notations are used in different databases. So in ProQuest you might use an asterisk, or in Academic Search Premier you might use a question mark. I don't know what Google uses. These things are possible, but you have to look at maybe the help to see exactly which of these symbols they're using. But what it's going to do for you here. So if you type into your search RE question mark D, that's your search, but you're not sure. Question mark is a placeholder. It says, I'm not sure what's supposed to go here. So your results will retrieve READ, REID, REED. It's going to fill that in. It's going to say it needs to be 4 characters long. It needs an R next to an E, next to something, next to a D. And it's just holding that place. So this can be really handy if you aren't sure how to spell something. You can't remember how to spell it. that's a great place to put that in there. You can't remember if it's an E or an I. What am I looking for? And then you can see your results and then figure out what you're looking for. If you're looking for woman or women, WOMAN or EN. One, maybe you want both, so you can put that in as a search. WOM, wildcard notation, WOMA question mark N. It'll find either spelling, so it'll find either one. So wildcard notation, this is holding a place. And then the next symbol is a truncation symbol. This is my favorite symbol to use, and or not. I use a lot too, but the symbol out of the wildcard versus truncation. Truncation is the one that I love to use. This finds words with different endings. So you start the word, but then you don't know how it's going to end. Just like with wildcard, different notations are used in different databases. So you need to double check before you start trying to use one. Asterisk, question mark, exclamation point, colon, whatever your search tool is going to use as a truncation. So what that does, if you type in WALK asterisk, it's going to find walk just like it says, but it's also going to find all the variant endings: walked, walking, walker, walkman, walkabout, anything that starts with that string, those 4 letters. It's going to find all the different endings. I love this because I can type in LIBRAR, which is the first part of library, but I can put the truncation, so it'll find library and librarians and librarianship and libraries and just any variant on that. So I use it a lot for things like that. But it's a really good way to start with a word root. It doesn't have to be a full word like the word walk. It can be just a partial word, and then find all of the variations. For example, if you're looking for stuff on the environment, you can type in the first part of the word and then put your truncation. So you'll get environment, environmental, environmentalism, environmentalist, all the variations. And you might not remember all of them, so it's really handy to do it this way, and the computer will, whatever search tool you're using, will find all those endings for you. Our Boolean operators, we've got and or not, we've got wildcard notations, which are placeholders, and then we've got truncation symbols, which are find word endings. So those are your main search. These are great strategies, and you can start combining them together. Like I mentioned, starting the word library and then putting a truncation. So I could do that, LIBRAR, truncation, and censorship, and banned books, or whatever I wanted to do there. I could start combining these together, match them up and combine them together in a lot of different ways. Okay, so we're going to prepare, and then we know what our Boolean operators are, so we're going to start thinking about how to combine all those keywords and concepts together with Boolean. How do we want to combine those together to get at our main thing? Once we start getting some results, the next thing we're going to want to think about is the Perl growing strategy.